That's beautiful. I love it. Okay, I have some cold fries with me. We had French fries for dinner, and I have some left over. Of course, I love cold fries. They're the wavy ones. Because there were no others in stock. They were the cheapest ones. I always go for cheap fries since it makes no difference in taste, in my opinion. The best fries are the ones you make yourself anyway. But if you have to buy some, in my opinion, buy the cheapest ones. It doesn't matter. First time I got drunk. Must have been when I was 18 or something. Yeah, I think. Like, really, really drunk? Yeah, it must have been when I was 18. Like in my early 20s, I wasn't even drunk that much. Like, I can count the times where I was really drunk, I think on one hand, which is okay, I guess. It's the end of the game, basically. You can sit there for 10 minutes and restore it with your soul, but you can just leave it be like that. Did you see the Limbus news? I saw the video, and I was a little bit scared to see that the current release platform is only on Android, which means it's a strictly mobile game. If you wanted to talk about that, Blue. If you have any more news, feel free to tell me. As in drunk, you didn't know where you were. I mean, like, that's a very specific type of drunk. I mean, I was as drunk that I couldn't open my door anymore, and a friend had to help me get in. Like, that was the first time I was actually drunk. I couldn't put my key in my door anymore. The first time I was actually drunk, I still remember it somehow. I mean, I was very, very, maybe I wasn't that drunk, but I was, for my like experiences back then, I was pretty drunk. And my friend had a very tiny car, like my buddy back then, and he had like this 2-door type of car. I don't know if you guys know them, where like four places to sit, but only 2 doors. So you have to fold the seats in front so the ones in the back can get out. And I kept trying to get out. Like, he kept folding the chair in front over so I could get out from the back. And I kept pulling on the thing, on the chair, on the seat. And I kept knocking it against my head because I just couldn't realize that I was supposed to hold on to somewhere else in order to get out. And I kept knocking it on my head, and he was just laughing his ass off. And then he like brought me to the front door of my apartment complex. And he said, "Can you open the door yourself?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And I stood there like desperately trying to fit the key in the door, and I couldn't. So he opened it up for me, and he said, "All right, I'm gonna get you up to the 2nd floor," because that's where I was living back then, with my mom. I'll get you up to the 2nd floor and help you in. And we got up, and needless to say that my mother stood behind the door. She opened it the moment we stepped in front of it, and she was laughing her ass off too. So yeah, that was the first time I was drunk, really. Beautiful, beautiful times. Like life was different back then. Life was easier for me and in general. Okay, let's see. I went through all stages of grief with Limbus already. That was very quick, Lightning. How did you do that? I'm still a little bit in denial, I think. Last time I got really drunk, I was at a party and fell asleep in the bathroom. Well, as long as nothing happened to you, that's okay. People are scared it's gonna be a gotcha. I mean, the art style is already knocking it out, Limbus-wise. You could play Deltarune next, but not sure if you will want, as it's only 2 chapters long, around 6 to 8 hours of content, I think. So up to you if you want to play now or wait for the full release in 10 years. I think I'm gonna wait, actually. I'm not entirely sure yet. Arena was a gacha already. Yeah, kinda, right? I expect the game to be Darkest Dungeon and Arena Alpha version of Battle System, if you even remember it. I do. Arena's fake gacha. Well, you're gonna get what you want with just minimal time investment in Arena. That's why it's fake gacha, I guess. We have some gameplay screenshots on the Limbus website. There's a Limbus website. I didn't visit the Limbus website yet. Oh my god, fucking hell. I'm gonna watch this in a second. It's so nice to lay on a cold bathroom floor when you're drunk. Yeah, I mean, everything is nice to lay down on when you are drunk in a way. Like even the loving embrace of a toilet seat seems nice when you're drunk. People are scared you'll have microtransactions. Oh. There's an entire extraction section in the hub part of the game in one of the screenshots. Alright everyone, we know what's gonna happen, right? Limbus releases and my channel is gonna turn full on gacha, okay? I couldn't do it with Arknights, but I'm gonna do it with Limbus Company. Alright? It's gonna be, I'm gonna rebrand my channel. Heard it here first. Just gonna pull all of those sweet 6 stars. All of these juicy swimsuit Geburas. All gonna be mine. Swimsuit Gebura. Swimsuit Gebura autumn version. Swimsuit Gebura swimming pool version. And then we have like swimsuit Tipperef twins. I'm gonna main them all. Yes. Maybe with the fun stuff, I opened this one. The book Burning Assets in Arena are literally called gacha. Oh, you linked the website. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to catch up on what you guys. Right here. Here's the website. Doesn't matter because you can just mod the game or do a fight one more time. Yeah, it will be harder to mod. Limbus Company. Warning. A handy dandy guide for all the new executive managers of Limbus Company to digest before getting to work. I mean, I got pretty hyped when watching the video until I saw the release page, basically, where they said that it was only on Android. Then I took a look at the comments because like the moment you see the Clockman, I can't remember his name, sitting there, like that's a pretty strong impression already. And then the fact that like apparently we're in District 4 or something, at least it seems like it's burning or it was highlighted, I don't quite know. And it blows my mind how they create a universe already, or rather how they have created a universe already that seems to be so vast and interesting. But they kind of did that with Lobotomy Corporation already, right? I was already very invested back then, and we didn't even know that much. Looks a little bit like this guy, I gotta say. Identities, yeah, that seems to be like indicating like the different characters you can use, basically. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, look at how big some of them are again. How small and how big the difference is. Can I... Oh god, that's a lot of characters to look through. I guess they stopped teasing. They now uploaded all of the teasers. And Don Quixote. Kinda cute. Do we know the gender yet? Her! Yes, it's a woman! Already someone to waifu over. What is that Technicolor Dreamcoat Nightmare? Why is his upper body so comically large compared to his legs? Mersault refuses to cast any moral judgment. Wants clear and concise commands requiring no judgment on his part. Okay, so he's a goon. Hong Lu, bachelor, sheltered. Anger management issues, ruffian. Inferiority complex. It feels like playing Dona Dona. Heathcliff. Ishmael. Her patience, yes, okay. Not getting confused on genders this time. To know the gender of character in Project Mill Universe, look at eyelashes. Big and long woman, none male. Really? I won't get tricked twice. I mean, what about Jan? I'm pretty sure Jan had big and long eyelashes. Someone pull up a picture of Jan for me, please. Jeremy, pull up a picture of Jan. Okay, let's see. Imagine me being on all kind of events, not even drinking a pint of beer. Never should I drink the alcohol. It's good though, that's good. Like, always be in your clear mind. As long as you're happy, it's alright. Some people need to drink to be happy. Wait, is this a new game? Yeah, it's a new game. People are saying that there's a chance it won't be gacha because many doubt Project Moon would be able to maintain worldwide servers running for the next few years for it. Well, it could always be like an offline gacha, basically. Like Arena was. So, in a way, like a fake gacha, as I said earlier, Blue. You could argue that Lobotomy Corporation already had gacha-like elements, since you had to pull the abnormalities as well. But I don't know what constitutes as a gacha these days. Like, I'm sure there's a definition. Story-wise, well, I'm gonna buy the game regardless. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. We're all in it already. Like, we're too invested, I think. No one's gonna get out of this wild ride. Don, my beloved. Everyone's simping for Don Quixote already, huh? I wonder what her windmills are gonna be. They made all the characters very similar to their literature counterparts. Did they? Looks like I'll have some reading up to do. You can say what you want, but characters don't matter as much as the setting and soundtracks in these games. And yeah, thank you for allowing me to say what I want, because I think that characters are like very strongly interlinked with the setting and world building. The characters, they are the setting basically. But I do get what you mean, and yes, the soundtrack is very important, but you could play the game muted and it could still be a good game. And I hold soundtrack in very high regards in video games. But I do know that a lot of people don't. It's like Alice Soft. Written their world and plotlines in Kishichio Rants and used it for the next 20 years. Yeah, I mean, I could play Rants games like for the rest of my life and I possibly wouldn't even have seen everything. I mean, especially with isn't Magnum like 150 hours long or something? Or the newest one, is it Magnum? I can't remember. Like the newest Rants game, which by now is already half a year old, like the translation to the English one. It's so incredibly long. Fucking hell. Darkest Dungeon is also a gacha. Man, I don't think I hate a game as much as I hate Darkest Dungeon. Yet at the same time, I kind of like it. The Virgin Waifu gacha versus the chat. Choose what's gonna make your life hell gacha. It's like either loving 2D or 3D. Either like you're gonna have a waifu or you're gonna choose hell. If it's a real gacha with money, then I won't play it myself, but I'll follow the story on videos or whatever. It really depends on how the free-to-play game is gonna turn out, I guess. By the way, why are we talking about Limbus? I thought I was gonna get a rundown on the Undertale story, but it's okay. I'm still recording. It's all gonna be on the last Undertale video. I hope people are gonna enjoy that. Otherwise, I'll just get an Android emulator on PC and get the game. Yeah. BlueStacks works, but it's a right bitch on your computer. Like it hogs so many resources that I'm not legitimately sure if it's mining in the background or not sometimes. You can mute it and watch it like Pornhub for the fans. No, actually I think sound is very important in porn videos. I'm bad with music and reading notes and shit and like hearing small details in music, but I'm in love with everything audio. I think, oh man, it's such a hard question, but which of your senses would you sacrifice first if you had to choose one? Other than the sense of smell or taste, because they're like bullshit. You don't really need them. But then again, you kind of do, and there are some smells that are, I wouldn't want to live without them. Or the sense of touch. But the sense of touch is very important too, my god. If you had to choose between going blind or going deaf, basically, which would you choose? Like that's the hardest one, in my opinion. These are the ones that should go last, really, right? I don't have Android. Emulator it is. Wanted a genocide rundown on Undertale or all 3 routes? I don't know. You tell me. Ah, you thought it was an Undertale video, but it was LIMBUS Company discussion. Let's continue on. We stopped with Heathcliff? Ishmael? Rodion. Where is she from? A Russian novel, I guess. Materialistic and engrossed gambler. She seems very Olga-like on first glance. Emil Sinclair. Something going on with Emil. Like, with the colors. Otis. Is it Otis or Autis? Otis. Unlike the other sinners, accessing records pertaining to the past of the sinner is not permitted. Keep an eye on this sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purposes other than completing our company's mission. Is this, what's it called? Iori briefing me right now, actually? Like, who's telling me all of that? Gregor. Like, he seems cool. Other than, like, well, the weird metamorphosis going on, I guess. The Sinner's Owner's Manual. Wait, we missed this one. Who's this? Who's the white-haired one? Oh, okay, we'll get to her. Oh no, it's Faust. Faust. Insufferable. Chronic lassitude. What is lassitude? I'm gonna have to look that word up. Lassitude. Oh, okay. Like basically being tired. All right. Yeah, I could simp over her. Yeah, okay. It's a woman. Good. All right. Okay, let's go. BlueStacks is one of the best ones, but it eats resources like a bitch. I've tried out a few different ones, and they're all basically the same. They just have different names. I don't understand. Like, it was very weird when I installed them all. Like, they were all running the same, and they were all feeling the same, and yeah. I mean, they're running better on my new computer now than they did on my old one, but still. It's that one novel where a student killed a babushka for 5 rubles. What? Oh, Crime and Punishment. Crime and Punishment, you Philistine. I'm sorry, there's only a limited amount of time to read. And I have so few, like, I don't have enough time to read anymore. Come Christmas, I will finish a book though. Every year on Christmas Eve, I take one book and I tend to finish it in 1 or 2 sittings. Like, that's what I try to do every year. That's basically my Christmas tradition a little bit. Just have to see which book I choose this year. Emil Sinclair is gonna be a psychopath with a dual personality. Oh, I have 2 personalities. Nicest guy you'll ever meet, or twisted fucking psychopath then, right? Being honest, what I'd rather lose is the ability to speak, since I really don't enjoy talking. Would you woof? Like, would you love to enjoy the ability to woof, Davkey? Or would you, like, would you be okay without woofing as well? Yeah, but talking's not a sense, right? It was a joke, Davkey. Come on, lighten up. You make jokes of me too. It's only fair that I make a little bit of fun of you as well. You know it. I'm not serious about that. You can't take away the woo from a furry. Like, I know. Like, talking, I don't know. It's actually very important to be able to communicate yourself to others, I think. I think what I'd like to lose first is my sense of taste. Talking about senses again. And then my sense of smell, then my sense of touch, then my hearing, and then my sight. But I want to retain my sixth sense, because seeing these dead people is hella awesome. Spoilers. Lefkey is a bird, don't be racist. Oh yeah, like he's a different type of furry, right? He's like, what are they called? Aviaries or something? No. What are they called? Not scalies. We have this discussion every time it's brought up. I can't remember what the bird furries are called. Because there's such a niche subgroup of furriness that, like, I guess even they get bullied in their own fandom. Or in their own, like, fetish category or whatever. Is that I don't know. Furry lore. Yeah. Oh my god. Instead of Undertale lore, we get Limbus lore, we get furry lore. I talk about what I'd rather lose of my senses. A hellbound bus with 12 sinners aboard. So you can choose 12 characters. Or I mean, there were more characters in the trailer. Like these guys. They look like the Zwei for one. And like this is a thumb goon, or who knows? Like this is Warp Jenny. You can tell that, right? Like there are some characters you can tell apart by their clothing by now, since we have a lot of information with Ruina. Oh my good lord! What? What is this? Is this the battle? No, this is the battle order, right? Are these their elements, like what they're strong at or something? A vicious, sin-resonating RPG. The 7 deadly sins resonate to create one evil. Give commands to your sinners by connecting sins. And watch the battle unfold. Is it something like an auto-battler? Single-handed strategic skirmishing. Staggered! It seems like they're reusing assets, or at least they're going the same route as Ruina did. So production costs must be low, and hence why they are so far already, I guess, since they could just reuse most of the stuff they had. Like, it looks very Ruina-like so far, right? Combination of turn-based RPG and real-time brawl. Yeah, okay, so like Alpha Ruina was. Waiting in turns for action can rather stifle the heat of battle. After you give your commands, units on both sides will act simultaneously. Watch as the sinners dance to your tune, returning either bloodshed or glory. So that adds a element of RNG as well, I think. Ego. A powerful boon granted by abnormalities. That's a 4th match flame if I've ever seen one. One character, myriad of possibilities. Oh my god, he could be a rhino! Do I see that right? Feel like you've hit a wall with your current roster of sinners. In that case, we're offering a service where you can borrow the identities and ego that have exist at the moment, and will exist at some point from other realities for your sinners. It's basically like you equip armor on your people. Powerful ego can provide completely unique experiences. Keep in mind, your sinners are merely borrowing the alternate identities from other dimensions. You cannot flat out replace your sinners with more desirable counterparts. Okay. What was that? Growth. Warp Train Cleanup Agent Faust. Oh, she's Warp Train, Jenny. Okay. Or is that a skin? Okay, man, that's interesting. As you can tell, I haven't taken a look at that yet. Explore the city through story stages. It feels very mobile now. The fact that they call it story stages. Navigate the city in your sinners' hearts. Oh! The text looks like Lobotomy Corporation again, though. Somehow. I don't like the naming placement and stuff. Each of your sinners has a colorful tale to tell. As you continue with your exploration and combat, you will gain access to new information, such as a most ideal way to learn about the sinners. Remember, no one is going to look down upon your heartfelt endeavor for a deep understanding. Our kind gesture of writing all this down to help you in better comprehending your job should tell you as much. It feels like this will be very character focused. I don't think we're gonna get a huge development world-wise from this. but we're gonna get development for these characters, which might be a setup for new games. Dungeons leading to the bottom of the inferno. A dungeon awaits at the end destination. Why am I reading this and recording it, by the way? Like, if you're watching this expecting Undertale, I'm so very sorry. We've played for like 10 minutes. I can go back now, I guess. Like, the game should have cooled down. From there, we can enter and explore mental space manifested from a resonation with the golden bough, the golden Zweig. Its shape depends on the sinner it resonates with, and the deeper into the abyss of the ego you venture, the more warped the space will become. Everything will go back to normal once you find and retrieve the golden bough resting somewhere within the space. But until then, well, we can only hope that endlessly roaming about an unending hell is to your liking. Yeah, I live in 2021. Thank you. Oh, there's gonna be abnormalities. Suppressing. What is this abnormality? Suppressing abnormalities. Encounters with the wandering abnormalities are all but guaranteed to occur. As abnormalities are creatures of irregularity, you'll need to devise different strategies against different foes. The manager's decisions, such as using one of his sinners as a scapegoat, distracting the adversary by fair means or foul, or identifying what you think is a weak point, will determine the outcome of many things. Since we've delegated much of our authority to you, the consequences of your actions are also yours to bear by default. Make a choice. From that crumbled seed, the witch managed to bear an unknown fruit. You must choose who will taste the misery within its pulp. Interesting. The witch. Is this like Snow White's witch? Like with the apple? Very, very interesting. Like, the battle system seems to be confusing as hell, though. Like, there's 3 rows I can see, like, going to the back, and I guess you can connect, like, is it like connect 3 or something for a bonus? Like, 3 of the same symbols, but you can only connect from here to, like, these 3 or something, or, like, only to the next line, but only these 2. So if you go to the middle, you can choose all 3 again. Go down, you can only choose, like, these 2, and you know what I mean? Best of luck, dear manager. I do like that we are the manager again. I am enjoying that. I love being the manager.